Hello there, this is Rom Wills, and I'm about to give you that raw game. Today, I'm going to talk about acculturated prostitution. Now, someone is probably asking, Rom, what is acculturated prostitution? Acculturated prostitution, now I'm not sure a mentor of mine used that term, and I'm not exactly sure where he got the term from. But basically, acculturated prostitution is a socially accepted form of prostitution. It's primarily practiced by women. It's where women can openly state that for a man to spend time with them, that man has to pay something or do something, grant a favor or do something. But it's not the same as the traditional prostitution where a man pays the woman money and has sex. Indeed, sometimes sex isn't even a part of the equation. But let me explain that better. Having direct sex. Like when a man deals with a street prostitute or a call girl, he hands her money, she has sex, very simple. With an acculturated prostitute, you know, her having sex with the man directly for money will probably insult her. She'd probably curse the dude out. Be ready to call the police on the dude, call him a creep and all of that. See, the acculturated prostitute deals more with the promise of sex instead of sex. And most people know about the most extreme form of an acculturated prostitute, which is the gold digger. The gold digger tells the man straight up, but that's still an extreme. The typical acculturated prostitute, she's that woman out there who will say the man has to have a certain credit score to go out with her. She's that woman who will be like, well, the man needs to take me out to dinner. And you're just starting to see a lot of women are practicing acculturated prostitution. Anytime a woman makes money a certain like a central issue in her whether or not she will deal with a man, she is an acculturated prostitute. Let me say that again. Anytime a woman makes a man's money or how much he makes or his willingness to spend on her that money, a central piece on whether or not she will entertain him at all is an acculturated prostitute. Now, if a woman meets a man, and they click personality wise, she thinks he's attractive, they gonna go out. Now, he might offer, to pay her way and everything, take her out on a date. That's not an acculturated prostitute. That's, the money being spent, that's just really incidental, and in fact, the woman, if she really feeling a man, especially if y'all listen to my last video, she might spend the money. No. When a woman, see, here's the thing. Society has made it so a woman can just straight up don't worry about a man's character. Not really even worry about his looks, but that a woman can straight up say that man needs to have money to date her. Now, I want y'all to think about that in a way. You ain't talking about the man's character. So that man, that dude could be evil. That dude could be a drug distributor. That dude could be making his money trafficking like children. But as long as he has money, that woman will deal with him. Because the thing is, a lot of times women don't question where he's getting that money as long as he's willing to spend it on her. That's an acculturated prostitute. Now, what happens is this. The woman, she ain't gonna come straight out and ask for the money, but she will let the man know, hey, well, if you want to go out with me, you gotta take me to these restaurants. You gotta take me to these restaurants. You have to meet me like driving a certain type of car, and you have to buy me some gifts. Basically, she's trading her promise of sex for that money. See, they're really sex traders. Like an acculturated prostitute is a business person. That shit don't have nothing to do with no That thing called love. Maybe not even sex. That thing has to do with what she's doing for him. That's what sugar babies do. They trade in that sex or promise of sex for what he's doing for her financially. That's an acculturated prostitution type of relationship, a sugar daddy, sugar baby type of thing. And like I say, you have a lot of women. Like you see a lot of women who will say, well, they'll like there was some stories about women who would get on these dating sites and stuff and date all these men just to get a free dinner. Now she didn't have sex with them, but if a man spend money on a woman, if he spend $300 at some expensive restaurant, he ain't doing it out the kindness of his heart. That motherfucker wants some pussy. And that woman know it. That woman know that dude ain't spending time and money with her just to watch her flap her gums and eat some food. And really, if you look at a lot of those expensive restaurants, they ain't give you no damn food anyway. You'd be better off going to a buffet if you actually want to eat. They be giving you all this little bit of stuff, and they got you food to thinking this some high cuisine and shit. And it's like, you get a scoop of ice cream bigger than what the portions they put on these plates. But see, the woman wants to eat at that restaurant. So she meets some guy and she'll suggest to him, hey, want to go here or there. Or she might not even suggest, but she'll give him the impression that to get her attention, to get that sex that he really want from her, that he's going to spend some money. And like I said, the extreme form is a gold digger. Everybody realize that. But see, a lot of women practice that. Or, another form is where a woman is more concerned with the man's profession than she is with his character. See, there go that character word again. Like, some women, they ain't gonna mess with a dude, he's a drug dealer or anything. Or, you trafficking human beings. Some women, they better than that. But that man's profession will still matter. And, they can honestly say, well, I ain't gonna date this dude unless he's a doctor. I ain't gonna date this dude unless he's an attorney. And they don't have nothing to do. They're like, well, he should be supported and provided. Well, a dude can provide for you. If that dude got a job, shoot, he can own a string of auto garages and stuff. He can provide for you. Shit, that don't got nothing to do with it. A man with the right character is going to provide for you. Let me say that again. Let me say that again. And this is for all the acculturated prostitutes. Listen to this, all the women who worried about a dude's credit score. If you look for that character first, a man automatically in his character is going to provide. He's going to protect. If he got character, he's going to do those things automatically. You don't even have to ask for that shit. Let me just make that shit clear. You don't even have to ask for it. That shit is going to be there automatically. But see, you get some women, they ain't looking for that character. They don't know what the fuck that dude doing. But they know, oh, he's a doctor. Even though you got some doctors, they might be drug users or something. Or you got an attorney. And trust me, you got some attorneys who, some of the jokes about the moral ambiguity are quite true. There's no joke. But a woman is not going to care about all that shit. She's just looking at that money. And I'm going to tell you how deep it is. Like even on some jobs, right? A woman might practice acculturated prostitution to get a raise or to get a better position. Like, here's an example. My mentor used this example, right? You have a woman on a job, right? He was talking about a woman on a job. She, real sexy, real attractive. She noticed, the boss was checking her out. He had just got divorced and, he was feeling her. Basically, she got into a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship with him. She needed the money. He put in a better position, put her in a place to live, got her a car. That's acculturated prostitution like that. Now she ain't really like the dude otherwise. So, an acculturated prostitute is nothing but a user. Just like I said, the shit's all business. Don't care about, that dude's value system, anything. As long as he's spending that damn money, that's what she's looking for. And even when they're looking for the profession, a lot of times they ain't looking for, if a woman say she looking for an attorney or she looking for a doctor, she ain't looking for that attorney, working in the soup kitchens representing homeless people. She ain't looking for that. Nah. Or she ain't looking for that doctor who's, providing free medical services in an impoverished area. She ain't looking for that. They really looking for the money. When women say that profession, they looking at the money. They might as well just say, I'm looking for that guy making that money. Shoot, that's why a lot of women deal with a drug deal. We always hear about these women talking. We always hear dudes talking about these women chasing the D boys and think they just like the thugs. But no, if that's a poor D boy, like he one of the corner workers, she ain't messing with him. She messing with she checking with the distributor. She checking with the head of the crew. And here's something deep for you. When women are on that whole acculturated prostitution thing, right? It will even affect her voice tone and her body language around different men. Now, say she's with a group of men that she feels like are poor, they don't have any money, right? She's going to walk very defensively. If they talk to her, if she even responds, she's going to be she might have a harsh tone. It's going to be different. She's not going, she's going, she'll talk to, if she even entertains them enough to talk to them, she's going to have her arms crossed, very defensive. She's going to give off a vibe like, leave me the fuck alone. Now contrast that with some men that she feel like are rich, who have some money. Her walk is going to be very seductive. I mean, even like in that first example, she might, if she knows she has to be around some men she don't think have some money, she ain't gonna wear that little tight body clinging dress. She ain't gonna wear those nice heels that make her butt look real nice. She ain't putting on that like nice sexy perfume to get her hair fixed. She ain't doing all that. She might go in some sweats or something. Now contrast that to when she around some guy she think will be rich. She's gonna be very seductive. She's gonna be very cooperative automatically because she thinks they're rich. She thinks they have some money. And that's the acculturated prostitute. Now here's the funny thing. Those guys she think have money might not have money. Because she's judging from the surface. And then the guys who she thought they were poor and stuff, she will have it. She'll miss out on them because they actually have money. Now here's something. One of my buddies, one of my commentators, had pointed this out because this is somebody I know like offline, and he was saying how he had met this dude who on the surface just looked like a regular like blue collar type of cat, right? But he said this dude got a couple businesses, and you got a lot of dudes like that. See, one thing with the acculturated prostitute, they very surface orientated. They looking at, they not trying to build like really build with the man, not a real relationship. They looking at the money. They trading. Like I said, they still gonna have sex with the dude, but after that dude maybe spend enough money on them. And like I said, he's not giving them the money directly, but what's he paying for? He's paying for that car sometime. He's paying for those dinners. And a lot of women, they play that game and they'll just go ahead and have sex with that guy, as a reward. Now, some of the slicker ones, they'll hold back and get as much money out of that man as possible until they figure, okay, hold up, I gotta get this dude some money to keep him on. And it's some bullshit. Here's the issue why I'm talking about this. And this happens in all communities. Let me make that clear because I know I've done a lot of videos talking about specifically about black relationships. And one thing I'm going to have to start doing at the beginning of videos is saying, hey, this covers everybody. This covers everybody. See, here's the thing that messes it up. You have so many acculturated prostitutes out there, they actually mess it up for the other women. See, a lot of women complaining, wondering why the guys ain't dealing with them, ain't hanging out with them, ain't trying to, because they done dealt with a woman trying to empty their bank account. They done dealt with that woman, and they mess it up for the other women. They mess it up for the sincere women. Because after a while, that guy get burned once. Unless he's just an idiot, he ain't gonna get burned too many. He might get burned once, maybe twice. The third time, that dude thinking about shit. He looking at it. He gonna keep that wallet closed. And a lot of men, and we have the movements to prove it. A lot of men just withdraw, because that's a big thing. Because like so many men have dealt with an acculturated prostitute in one way or the other. They withdraw from it. And if you listen to these men talk, just stop judging them and listen to them talk. One of the main things they saying is they withdrawing their money. Because what the women have told them is, hey, their character meant nothing to them. And what he was about, what he was trying to do with his life meant nothing. His character meant nothing. And I keep mentioning the word character. And like I said, a lot of women don't deal with that. They looking at that dollar sign, they're looking at the character. In fact, I wrote a book for women. It's called Finding the Right Man. And one of the main things I talked about, I told women, I said, look for a man with character. Because everything else going to fall into place. But see, the man with character is going to treat that woman like she got some respect. But see, the acculturated prostitute, she ain't doing that. She more worried about, her whole thing is based on how much money you got. In fact, I'm going to tell you something now. And I should put this woman's name out there. I should put this bitch's name out there. I ain't going to do it for now, but I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. But, I recently had a woman, I thought was real cool, but then she tried to hit me up on a slide for a whole lot of money. And then when I was questioning this shit, she was like, nah, she got kind of salty, changed up, and then, all of a sudden she cut off all contact. And I, what it told me was, oh, okay, I thought you were real cool, but you was on some acculturated prostitution shit. But you were just a little bit slicker with it. And that's probably why she kind of cut off, because I'm in a position I can put her name and fuck her shit up. But I ain't gonna do that unless I need to. Anyway, that's the thing, because if a man dealing with that and a woman slick, that fucks up shit. That make a man be looking at everything like, wait a minute, hold up. This woman, is she seeing the person I am, my spirit, all that? Or is she seeing my income potential? Or she thinking, oh, okay, this dude's an easy mark. I can do some stuff, smile at him a little bit, and he gonna just spend some money. Think about how that shit messing up relationship, because that whole concept is fucked up. And see, that's why when I hear women talking about, well, he gotta have all this money, or he gotta spend this on me. I actually had a woman say that to me one time. She felt offended if a man didn't spend money on her. And I said, well, would you be offended if he tell you get on your knees and suck his fucking dick? She got quiet after that. And let's just say, and I know some women might get on here and say, well, you just being cheap. And say, no, stop. No, baby. It's not being cheap. If a man feeling a woman, he don't mind spending money on her. But see, if he feeling her, that means she feeling who he really is, his real essence. She's feeling that man's character. There, that word goes again. And he's going to do it. He's going to do it automatically. Men want to provide for women. See, that's the thing. We want to. We don't want to be forced into it. We don't want to be a part of some business transaction. We want that shit to flow for our real love for that woman. We want to protect her. We want to stand. We want to take the bullet for her. We want to provide for her. But we don't want to feel like it's part of a business transaction. And that's increasingly what's happening out here, but nobody's really talking about it. Because like I said, acculturated prostitution is socially accepted. A woman can go on national TV and say, this man got to have this, that, and a third. Got to have this amount of money. But I'm gonna say the word yet again. They don't be saying, well, he gotta be this type, he gotta have these moral values, he gotta have this character. This the type of person I'm looking for. You don't see that, at least not on national TV. Sometimes you see it with some women, like a lot of women who I've known to be in very productive relationships. The first word, whenever they meet a guy, like I've known women who've met like the one, they don't talk about what he do for a living. They be like, you know what, this dude do this. This is how this person make me feel. This the type of human being he is. That's what they talk about first. They don't talk about his money. They talk about his character. Because, like I say, if a man's a true man, he's going to bring the money. He's going to work. He's going to try to be. The more he's developed, he's going to try to make his mark on society. A man by nature is expansive. He's always going to try to create some type of empire. He's going to try to control his little corner of the world. So the money going to be there. If he's a normal man. So a woman don't even need to. A woman really in looking for a man needs to look for what he's going to like his character. What's he trying to do with his life? How is he trying to impact the greater world? Like the money part gonna come. If dude do what he's supposed to do, the money gonna come. And if it doesn't, well, you know what? Whatever. Is that the most important thing? Because what you gonna do with that money? Buy some products that you can't use. But that that money can't hold you at night. And like I said, it really ain't about the money. It ain't about being cheap or anything like that. It's about the priority. Because some of the biggest players, like a lot of women complain about players and dogs, but biggest players and dogs are dudes with money. Because they know how to use it. They figured out, all right, this woman on some little like prostitution. They ain't gonna use the word acculturated prostitution or prostitute. They ain't gonna use it, but they know the thing. They'll probably say gold digger or something like that. So they gonna say, all right, let me play that game. Yeah, you know what? I'll pay that $200. It'd be the same as giving her the money directly. In fact, some men got more respect for the woman who just take it directly. Why give that money to a third party? So anyway, that's it for today. It's been real. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.